I could even make out the tiny goosebumps on his skin. Happy now, you little brat. After a while, Adrian finally replied, "Next time I see you, I'm going to make you pay for this." I looked at the message and nearly burst out laughing. To turn my straight male crush gay, I bombarded him with flirty texts every day just to get his attention.
Seeing you makes me think of something way more fun than sleeping.
I want you in my bed. Don't keep your distance.
I want us skin to skin with zero distance between us.
That day, I overheard someone ask him,
Nico, so what'd you do about that little winger who's been trying to turn you gay? I gave him Adrian's number. Come on, I deleted him ages ago.
Adrian Vale, my crush's cold, aloof former teammate. Rumor had it, he was deeply homophobic and extremely uncomfortable with the idea of being involved with another man. I turned around just as Adrian walked past me, expressionless. He was exactly my type. The corners of my lips curled up as I sent another message. "Handsome boy, your shirt must be working overtime trying to hold those pecs in. If this guy didn't like me, I'd just switch to another one." Nico twisted his ankle during the final training session before the European Crown League match. He was the brightest star at Castellan Crown FC, Spain's most prestigious club. Bowl, beautiful, always smiling, the kind of player who looked like a living flame every time the cameras found him. As for me, Leo Carter, I was a newly signed winger for Westbridge Albion FC, one of England's biggest clubs, fresh from the lower leagues. I came from an ordinary background. My resume was nothing special.
He only got in because of his connections. How did someone with a resume like his make the first team? Since when has a club like Albion lowered its standards? He seriously thinks he's good enough, isn't he?
But none of that could stop me from liking him. When I heard Castellan Crown FC had arrived in London for their European Crown League knockout tie and that he'd been injured, I made a special trip to the club's affiliated medical center to visit him, maybe surprise him. Before I could push the door open,
Everyone knows Adrian's straight. He can't stand gay guys. He's definitely going to make that little winger cry. You actually gave out Adrian's private number? Don't you afraid he'll kick you straight into the advertisement boards? Oh, please. He deleted the guy ages ago. Why would Adrian keep a creepy stalker like that around? Is he insane?
The moment he finished speaking, Adrian suddenly stood up and took a picture of Nico's ankle, still wrapped in a support brace. Nico frowned.
What are you doing?
The team doctor asked for an update on your recovery.
Nico didn't suspect a thing. Oh. Then he turned back to chatting with the others. The very next second, my phone buzzed twice in my pocket.
I got hurt. Need my baby to kiss it better.
I tapped the photo. It was the exact picture Adrian had just taken. Through the half-open door, I caught sight of Nico. His right ankle was strapped into a rigid brace as he lounged against the hospital bed, surrounded by a few of his Castellan Crown FC teammates.
Adrian knows I'm soft-hearted. He was the one who came up with the idea. No way. Adrian actually did something that nice? Adrian, is Nico telling the truth?
Only then did I notice someone else sitting quietly in the corner. Dressed in a black training kit, he sat with his head lowered, completely focused on his phone. Adrian Vale, Westbridge Albion FC's star striker, British Crown League Golden Boot winner, worth well over 100 million. The media's golden boy, every sponsor's favorite, widely recognized as the coldest, most untouchable man in European football.
Yeah. So, is he still texting you?
I added Nico 2 months ago. No, I should say, I added Adrian. Back then, I hadn't officially made Westbridge Albion FC's first team yet. I'd only seen Nico from afar at a commercial event. He'd just been named man of the match in a European Crown League group stage game and was standing in the media zone, answering questions with effortless confidence. On impulse, I stopped him after the event and confessed my feelings. Nico neither rejected me nor accepted me.
I've never dated a guy before. I'm not quite comfortable with it mentally. I need some time to get used to the idea.
I thought he was giving me a chance. Later, he gave me a phone number. I sent him outrageously flirty messages every single day. He was good at playing along, too. Every few days, he'd send me photos of his abs, teasing me until I could barely handle it. Nico and I lived in different countries, and we never met in person during that time. So it never crossed my mind that the person on the other end wasn't Nico. Until today, standing outside the treatment room, listening to the truth unfold, my fingers turned ice cold, yet, strangely, my mind had never been clearer. When I didn't reply, Adrian kept blowing up my phone. Guess I won't get to see my babe this time. Let's meet after my ankle heals. Okay? Why aren't you replying? Are you mad? They are both good looking anyway. It doesn't matter who I was flirting with. Yeah, I'm mad. I need to see your abs before I'll forgive you. Through the window of the treatment room, I saw his expression turn unexpectedly conflicted. A while later, he replied, "Be good. I'll show you my abs tonight." No, I want to see them now. Inside the treatment room, Adrian hesitated for a brief moment before getting to his feet with a blank expression. Nico looked up.
Valet, where are you going?
The restroom.
London was chilly, and when I zoomed in, I could even make out the tiny goosebumps on his skin. Happy now, you little brat. After a while, Adrian finally replied, "Next time I see you, I'm going to make you pay for this." I looked at the message and nearly burst out laughing. That weekend, the FA Cup match kicked off. Nico was still sidelined with his ankle injury, but Madrid Royals remained in London to prepare for their upcoming Champions League clash. As for me, the newest signing at London Albion, I still hadn't made the starting lineup. I'd only been assigned to the pre-match community event and to support the squad from the bench. That day, I headed to our home stadium, braving the cold wind. The moment I arrived, I spotted a few girls in London Albion fan jackets, practically vibrating with excitement.
Adrian is here today! Didn't they say he was resting? I heard someone got injured, so he was added to the squad. Thank goodness that guy got hurt, or we wouldn't get to see Adrian.
Just then, a wave of screams erupted throughout the stadium. The London Albion players had stepped onto the pitch. I looked up, and, as if fate had planned it, my eyes met the man walking at the very back of the line. The instant Adrian saw me, pretending not to know him, I calmly looked away.
Do you think you deserve Mrs. Hale's seat?
When she failed to pull me up, she shoved me straight to the floor. My ankle twisted, and I fell heavily. My palms scraped against the floor, burning with pain. Christian's hand paused in midair, but in the end, he pulled it back.
Get up now and apologize to the organizers. There may still be room to fix this.
I looked up at him and found it laughable. How could a person be this confident? Even now, he still believed I was making a scene for him. Just then, several security guards and the event manager hurried over.
This woman is pretending to be Mrs. Hale and even sat in Mrs. Hale's seat. Throw her out!
During our wedding vows, my fiancé's ex-girlfriend suddenly burst in, all because of one promise he had made her years ago.
I will marry you.
Christian stopped the wedding on the spot and changed the bride.
The wedding is just a formality. The title of my wife will only ever belong to you.
I was furious. Right there, I tossed my bouquet to pick a husband. It landed in the hands of a man everyone called an idiot, so I grabbed him and left. Out of spite, I married the billionaire heir everyone thought was an idiot. And just like that, he became my husband. 3 years later, at a charity dinner my husband and I attended, I ran into Christian again. He looked as arrogant as ever.
Back then, you deliberately said you'd marry a fool just to spite me. Now you finally know to come back. As long as you beg me, I can give you another chance.
Another chance? I already have a child who calls me mom. My husband hosted this charity dinner in Ashton to strengthen his ties with the city's elite. The moment I stepped into the ballroom, I saw several familiar faces. Christian was there. Beside him stood his friends, and Vivian, the ex who had ruined my wedding.
I heard the head of the Hale family will be here tonight. Mr. Hale isn't an ordinary man. He got married 3 years ago, but he hid his wife so well no one has ever seen her.
Mrs. Hale will be here too. I even prepared a gift. If we can get close to the Hales, we'll own this city.
Isn't that the ruby bracelet from Forbes auction house? I heard it sold for 7 figures.
Christian, you really went all out.
I entered the ballroom and saw everything. I almost laughed. I had stayed by Christian's side for 7 years and never received a single gift from him. Now that I had married someone else, he was finally willing to spend big. Vivian spotted me first.
Well, well. Isn't this Serafina, the woman who screamed at her wedding that she wanted to marry a fool?
Christian's hand froze around his glass. He stared at me. Panic flashed across his eyes, but it vanished quickly. Soon, he wore that same arrogant expression again. He sneered.
I thought you had more backbone. 3 years gone, and now you know to come back?
Christian, are you misunderstanding something?
Misunderstanding? Serafina, stop pretending. Everyone knows you grabbed a random fool to get married just to spite Christian. Now, you heard Christian would attend the Hale charity dinner, so you dressed up and showed up. Isn't this just your way of getting him back?
As one of tonight's main guests, I had dressed formally, but in their eyes, my outfit became proof that I was trying to win Christian back. Maybe 3 years ago, I would have done something like that. But now, Liam and I loved each other. Vivian crossed her arms and looked me up and down.
Brand jacket, designer dress, leather bag, heels. Serafina, you really went all out on the fake luxury starter pack.
Everything I wore had been personally prepared by Liam.
What makes you so sure they're fake?
Don't tell me they're real. Do you know that dress alone costs over $1 million? Can you afford it?
Christian thought I was just pretending to stay calm.
I know you're still angry. At the wedding, I only wanted to make up for Vivian's old regret. But didn't I tell you? In the end, the position of my wife would still be yours.
He said it as if it were perfectly reasonable, as if the past 3 years of my life had been nothing but a drama while I waited for him to turn around. I looked at him and suddenly found it ridiculous. For 7 years, whenever we fought, I was always the one who apologized first, whether I was right or not. Maybe that was why he believed I could never leave him. Christian saw that I stayed silent and thought I was wavering.
As long as you admit your mistake and beg me properly, I can consider signing the papers with you.
Another chance? I already have a child who calls me Mom.
But you ran off for 3 years. I won't forgive you that easily. You can start as Vivian's personal assistant, do her laundry, cook for her, run errands. If you behave well and I confirm you truly know you were wrong, I'll marry you. Consider it your punishment.
Hearing his words, my stomach turned. Even now, he still thought I couldn't live without him. I said nothing. He seemed to think I was tempted.
You really are petty. Over one tiny thing, you dared to disappear for 3 years?
Tiny? He changed brides at our wedding and let me suffer every kind of humiliation. Yet in his eyes, that was just one tiny thing. As for disappearing out of spite, if I hadn't run into him tonight, I would have almost forgotten a man named Christian even existed. I had no interest in arguing about who was right anymore. I walked past him toward the auction seats.
If you miss this chance, don't expect me to forgive you later.
I ignored his arrogance completely. I had just taken my seat at the main table when Vivian shouted,
Serafina, that is Mrs. Hall's seat. How dare you sit there? Do you even know whose place that is?
If you want Christian's attention, you don't have to risk your life like this.
Even if you want to make me angry, you should know your limits. If you offend Mr. Hale, can you afford the consequences?
This is my seat. Why can't I sit here?
Your seat? Serafina, don't tell me you're Mrs. Howell.
Of course I'm Mrs. Hal. Does Leah have a second wife?
Serafina, after 3 years, your skin really has gotten thicker. You dragged a fool away back then, and now you dare to pretend to be Mrs. Hale? Have you lost your mind? Do you really have to embarrass yourself like this? If you're Mrs. Hale, then where is your Mr. Hale? Why isn't he here to back you up?
He'll be here soon.
You're still acting. Get up. The Carter Group has business with the Hales. We can't let you offend them.
Vivian stepped forward and grabbed my arm. She tried to yank me out of the seat.
Don't touch me. Do you think you deserve Mrs. Hale's seat?
When she failed to pull me up, she shoved me straight to the floor. My ankle twisted, and I fell heavily. My palm scraped against the floor, burning with pain. Christian's hand paused in midair, but in the end, he pulled it back.
Get up now and apologize to the organizers. There may still be room to fix this.
I looked up at him and found it laughable. How could a person be this confident? Even now, he still believed I was making a scene for him. Just then, several security guards and the event manager hurried over.
This